One idea the administration refuses to rule out is special forces on the ground to seize Iran's highly enriched uranium. Colonel Cedric Layton saying we would be looking at a battalion-sized force, which would be about 1,000 military personnel. UN nuclear watchdog chief Rafael Grossi telling CNN that around 200 kilograms of Iran's highly enriched uranium is probably still at Isfahan tonight. And Colonel Layton is back with me at the magic wall. This does presume a knowledge of where things are. Which, we don't necessarily know. I mean, we know they had tried to obliterate it. But if they were going to send in special forces to Isfahan, which is where they believe that much of or all of this highly enriched uranium may be, what would that look like?
So this is Isfahan, basically in the center of Iran right here. And let's go to a close-up, Erin. And this is what the site basically looks like. So you've got a perimeter wall all around this area. Mm-hmm. You have basic installations that they have right here. So this is a fairly complex operation, and it is
massive, right?
It's
not as if it's just one site or a building.
Yeah,
and then
this
underground.
is more than a couple football fields large, and
right.
that it presents a fairly important type of a situation here, because when you look at the way in which they've done this here, they've got tunnels everywhere that you can see right here, and these tunnel entrances, oh by the way, have remained open ever since we went through this exercise in June when we attacked the nuclear sites. So these tunnel entrances that you see pictured right here are still open.
Which is incredible. And also what's incredible is that there's very little visibility on what's under there.
That's
right,
correct.
Where the tunnels are, where they run. I mean, that we don't know, in a sense, perhaps what we don't know, which I guess raises the question of if you're going to go ahead and put special forces in. Okay, first of all, you don't know if it's all even being stored in that particular location. And then you say, okay, it is. Then you say it's massive. But then you say how? I mean, how hard would it be for them to do this?
Well, it would be pretty difficult because, let's take a look at when you see what this actually looks like. So this is a before and after picture, but every single thing that you take a look at here is terrain that they would have to actually work through. And whether it's damaged or not, it is still in the middle of Iran, and it presents the topography here is extremely tough to work through. It's dry land. It's an area that where there's no cover, basically, in terms of where you can conceal yourself or do anything like that. So this is...
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any concealing, and even if you control the air, you're in the middle of the country.
And that is a prerequisite. In order to do this operation, you would absolutely have to control the air and also what kind of missiles are being fired and make sure that those missiles are taken out before you do
Which
this.
raises the question of, they attacked this the summer before. This has been the focus. Okay, so if Iran is prepared for anything to be attacked, it's this.
Yes.
How prepared are they?
So let's take a look at that, because that's actually a great question. This was what was damaged in July after the June attacks. So you have missile craters right here at these entrances. You have all of these damaged buildings. Well, guess what? This has all been rebuilt. Now
they rebuild all the buildings.
All the buildings. Now, temporary structures in all likelihood, getting, it looks like corrugated metal roofs, things like that, but it's still a viable building, a viable area, and even building new buildings. So all of this stuff basically shows that they have this. And then take a look at this. So this is a tunnel that is built for the Navy in this particular case, the Iranian Navy. You've got the mines, you've got the boats, but this is the kind of stuff that they can actually put together, Erin. And the reason they do this is they have the construction capability. They understand hardened concrete. They actually study hardened concrete. That's also where they put their drones, and they hide this stuff. So not only are they putting these kinds of weapons in there, but they're also taking the canisters of enriched uranium, and that enriched uranium is actually going to be critically important because we're talking about over 400 kilograms of this. That's about ready to make 10, 11 different bombs, and that is the kind of thing that becomes critically important, because if you get rid of this, then you have achieved your mission. But getting rid of this, finding that in places like this becomes really difficult.
I mean, needle in a haystack gets a new meaning.
Absolutely.
Colonel Layton, thank you very much. And our breaking news